And good evening and welcome to Gardner-Edgerton High School on this Friday night. Ryan Ragland with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Will the Thrill McIntyre will be joining us shortly as he will be controlling the camera tonight on Winter Royalty Night for Gardner-Edgerton as the Blazer guys are getting set to take on Shawnee Mission South. And the Blazer guys hadn't done too bad. They were on a 4 out of 6 session, and they have just ran into some tough luck the last 3 games as they lost to Lansing on the 28th by 10, 58-48, and then just got drummeled by Lawrence, who has really stepped their game up 66-38, and then lost by 7 on Tuesday night to Shawnee Mission North, 60-53. So they have a couple home games coming up tonight against Shawnee Mission South. Shawnee Mission West coming up on Tuesday night. We are crossing fingers we're going to be able to do that game, but not for sure. It basically depends on when I will be able to get back from work, as I have to drive up to Nebraska. It depends on when I leave there to be able to get back in time to get everything set up. So tentatively, Tuesday's on hold. Friday for sure, as we will have audio coverage as the Blazers will head down to Olathe South. We're going to take a quick time out here on the McCarthy Auto Group halftime show, and when we come back, we'll get everything set up for the Blazers and the Raiders. Here at Gardner-Edgerton, Ryan Ragland with you with the McCarthy Auto Group pregame show. Back in a couple minutes on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Car buying is easier when you search, shop, and save at McCarthy. Search any of the 11 McCarthy locations. Shop new Chevys, Buicks, GMCs, Hyundais, Nissans, Toyotas, Subarus, and pre-owned vehicles. And save. Only McCarthy has an additional $2,000 trade and $1,000 down payment assistance. Plus, you keep the manufacturer rebates. It's time to search, shop, and save. Search Shop McCarthy now or come see us at any of the 11 McCarthy locations.
Introducing the brand new Price Chopper Rewards, packed with new ways to save and new ways to spend your savings. Watch your savings add up every time you shop. Whether you spend a little or a whole lot. Just check your Price Chopper app to see the offers we have for you this week. Then choose to spend them at checkout or at the pump. Download the Price Chopper app now and start saving today.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Blazers Restaurant. Dawn and Wally have been proud supporters of Blazer Athletics for 15 years, so it only makes sense that they own Blazers. Stop in and tell them thanks for their support. Blazers Restaurant, 131 North Center in Gardner.
The Design Company Salon. Check them out on Facebook, and while you're there, you can book your appointment at the same time. The Design Company Salon, 136 East Main in Gardner.
Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware. Paint, animal food, plants and gardening, tools, electrical supplies, plumbing. Why not Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed? Go tell Rex and the gang hi. Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed, 240 North Moonlight in Gardner, and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware, 159th and Muir Lynn in Olathe.
These are some of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Ryan Ragland back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Will the Thrill McIntyre, I can't say alongside, he's over there behind the camera. I can't say alongside anymore, but...
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good.
I hear the band.
Yeah, that's because I'm sitting right next to him.
Yeah, they kind of tend to do that, don't they? They make their presence known. that's how we roll in the band, because I was in the band. We wanted to make sure you knew we were there.
I never did the band.
Then you were never as cool as me.
Do what?
Then you were never as cool as me. Sorry.
I was too busy with sports.
Oh, you think sports is cooler than band?
Yes.
Oh, all right. We can discuss that later. As we get set.
There's nothing to discuss.
Well, okay. As we talked about, the Blazers had a 4 out of 6 winning session going on. Then they just fell hard over the last 3 games, and it's going to be pretty important for these guys to get some kind of mojo going back, because they're going to be taking on Shawnee Mission West and Olathe South, which are no schnubs by any means, and Shawnee Mission South has always put up a good fight with the Blazers, so they really need to start getting on some kind of roll.
Well, I've got to say, this is my first boys game this year.
You've been missing out. They're fun and entertaining. Wait till you see Weiner. That dude, Austin Weiner, the big man inside, transfer from Georgia, did a really nice job. And now we're going to the announcements of the starting lineups.
We encourage all fans, players, participants, and coaches to follow the behavior and sportsmanship guidelines set forth by the KSHSAA. Please help us to maintain a positive educational atmosphere, and remember to enjoy the game. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you please rise in honor and remembrance of those who have served and continue to serve our country as the Trailblazer Pet Band performs our national anthem.
I think the Chiefs fans are here in full force there, Willard. Did you hear that? Will?
Yes.
Did you hear the Chiefs?
Yes, I did.
I was just checking.
Yes,
All
I
right,
did.
now the starting lineups.
First for the visiting Raiders of Shawnee Mission South. The junior number 1, Eric Smith. For the Trailblazers, a junior number 2, Ethan Reynolds. For the Raiders of South, a sophomore number 11, Harrison. For the Trailblazers, a junior number 3, Reggie. From Shawnee Mission South, a junior number 12, Blake Otto. For the Trailblazers, a senior number 5, David Johnson. For the Raiders of South, a junior number 15, Andrew Brewer. For the Trailblazers, a senior number 12, Preston Rowe. For the Raiders of South, he is a junior number 30, Max Close. And for the Trailblazers, a sophomore number 22, Jake McClure.
And there's your starting lineups for both Gardner Edgerton and Shawnee Mission South. As Shawnee Mission South comes out with 4 juniors and a sophomore, which tells me that next year Guy is going to be just that much better. So this is going to be a good gauge to find out what the Raiders of next year will be like, as the Blazers will have their usual starting lineup. Ethan Reynolds, a sophomore. Preston Moore, a senior. Jake McClure, a sophomore. Tevin McKelvey, a senior. And Austin Weiner, a junior. So 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore. So a great game between the Raiders and the Blazers right here on the Blazer Broadcast Network. A huge thanks to Sean Case for the Capes Home Heating and Air Conditioning. For the HD service, give him a call. It's 638-1647 for your $49.99 furnace tune-up by all Blazer Broadcast Network listeners. Just mention the BBN. South really tenacious on that man-to-man defense, really extending it out. Jake McClure, the long sophomore, can get hot from the outside. Here's Ethan Reynolds for 3, and good. Reynolds starts the Blazers off. Blazers in that man-to-man defense. Eric Smith with the bucket.
And they gave him a warning because he slapped the ball back out of bounds.
And Reggie Dennis in the game, along with Davian Johnson. This may end up being a long night, Will.
Foul called on number 12, the Blazers roar. His first personal team foul, number 1, for Gardner Edgerton.
We are minute 15 into it. We're already having a discussion.
Correction on the foul.
Now they've got it on Ethan Reynolds.
Foul was on 2, Reynolds, his first.
So Blazers up by 1. Nice defense by Johnson, and the drive in the lane, the dish off the baseline. There's a walk. Yep. Kind of, Andrew Brewer kind of got it in a bad spot. He was about ready to go in, but I'm not going to make that one. Tried to go the opposite side.
Yeah, and come back down.
The 1-2-2 press by South. Dennis with the drive. They're going to get him with the travel. He was going to kind of a tough one there. I think the ball might have been tipped, but he didn't quite get it out of his hands enough. And Reggie Dennis, a guy we've seen how quick he is. South just a little bit more methodical right now. Driving the lane, kiss off the glass by Potoff. Gives the lead to South. Johnson passes up to 3. Dennis with the floater. Rohr with the putback, no good. The rebound and the putback, and good. Banging the boards is Preston Rohr. Goes ahead and takes it for three on the three-point line. No good. Triple team tries to kick it out. Stops, goes to the left side. No good. Rebound, put back and good. Brewer with his first points. Another lead change. 4 so far early in the first quarter. And stripped from behind. And a pull up for the bucket is good by Hughes. Coach Wallace wants him to get it up court. Over to McClure, back over to Johnson. He saw he had the baseline wide open. Looking for the baseline, tried to kick it out. 2-3 zone by South. Roar just a little bit late getting over there. Defense had rotated just quick enough. But Roar is going up to the line after being fouled by Brewer. Preston hits that one. He has 3. Half the point so far for the Blazers. That one a little strong off the back iron. Little pick and roll. Gets back over to Brewer and good. They're going to say that was for 2. South really pressing the defense. Blazers trying to get the ball rotated quick enough. McClure, long 3. And he has the range. We've seen him be able to shoot that as he had 6 3-pointers in Spring Hill at the tournament. From the right elbow and good. Eric Smith has 4. Just like that, Blazers are doubled up. Smith takes it strong, no foul called. Left that one up short. That one's no good. Rebound. Shot's no good. As Eric Smith will be going up the line to shoot 2.
At the line, number 1, that's Smith, shooting 2.
I said this was going to be I thought this was going to be a long game, but all of a sudden we're already under 3 minutes. And misses that one. Now we're switched over to the man-to-man. Nope, we're still in the 2-3. Roar tried to get that one and ended up getting partially blocked out of bounds. Stays with the Blazers. As we have the winter royalty coming up at the half. And it knocks out of bounds. Baseline ref needed help. Sideline made the call, goes to South. And taking it for three is good. Potoff takes it. He has 5. 16-6, a 10-point deficit for the Blazers. And stripped from behind and back to South. Getting the ball inside too easily. 1:26 to go in the first quarter. McKelvey directing traffic. McKelvey with a nice move. I thought he had that one pretty easy, and he lost handle on the ball, I think. Nice weak side pass, a little bit strong, but we're going to get a foul. What are they calling, 3 seconds, Will?
I'm not sure.
30-second timeout has been called by the Blazers.
30-second timeout taken by Coach Wallace, and I think that was more to have a talk with the refs than anything else.
4 minutes left in the silent auction.
Because he's not even talking to his team, he's talking to a ref.
Well, I think McKelvey went up and slapped the backboard, and they called.
Oh, did? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure, and this is kind of strange. The way the Blazers started off, they weren't too bad. Next thing you know, they're down by 12. And it's the defense by Shawnee Mission South that has really caused problems for the Blazers.
Yeah, the full court press is just.
Well, and it's kind of like what we talked about with the girls. They're, you know, it's not like they've seen this before. They should be able to have, be able to know exactly where they're going with it.
The Blazers' Keyser has checked in as well.
So Blazers are with the ball, 52 seconds to go in the half. Still that 1-2-2, or actually a 2-2-1. As Keyser is checked in the game now for the Blazers. McClure with a kick out, 4-3 by Reynolds, no good. Nice looking shot. South setting up for the last shot, plus they get the ball to start the second half. Smith takes the shot a little bit short. Dennis with the rebound, but that's going to be the half.
My radio just come back on.
With the Blazers down 18-6, take a timeout. Be back with the second quarter. You're listening to the Blazer Broadcast Network.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
American Computers. Regardless if you need help with a desktop, laptop, network equipment, or peripherals and accessories, American Computers can get the job done. American Computers, 325 North Moonlight Road in Gardner.
Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning. Proudly serving Blazer fans in Gardner and surrounding areas. Call Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning at 638-1647.
Planet Sub, where the bread is mixed, rolled, and baked fresh from scratch every morning. Oh, it's good. Planet Sub, 921 East Lincoln Lane in Gardner.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Brian Ragland back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Will McIntyre controlling the camera with the HD service, brought to you by Caves Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning. Start of the second quarter, Blazers started off pretty decently and then just kind of slowed down a little bit, and the defense by South has just been tenacious. And there's a kick out taken away by the Blazers. McKelvey, 1-on-2, and we're going to get a reach. And they're going to say that's on the shot.
Number 1 of the Raiders,
Yep, McKelvey at the line to shoot 2.
Team foul number 2. Sending 23 McKelvey.
And that might be the one thing the Blazers need to get going, is utilizing that speed. As the left-hander makes the first one, his first points of the night. And gets them both. Need a good defensive stance here. Long three-pointer, no good. McKelvey with it, have 2-on-2. Gets it over to Keyser. Dennis with the drive. They're going to say before the shot.
Foul called on the floor by number 1, Smith. His second personal, team foul number 3 on South. Substitution for the Raiders, that's number 11 in for Smith. Hughes back.
So Dennis and McKelvey both using their speed, and that might be 2 of the fastest guys on the court right now. And then you take a look at Reynolds. That's no slouch either. McKelvey with a nice backside to Reynolds, and good. All right, cuts it within double digits now. It's an 8-point lead for South. And that was a nice set play by the Blazers. And they're going to get pressed from Rohr on the reach. I believe that's going to be his first.
Foul on number 12 of the Blazers, that's Rohr, his first. Substitution in for Rohr is number 5, Johnson.
So Preston's going to take a breather. Davian Johnson's checking in. And McClure's coming in for Reynolds. And that was too easy on the miss and the putback. And South comes up with 2 offensive rebounds on that possession right there. And then we're going to get kind of a hip check on Johnson.
Foul number 4 on the Trailblazers.
Working off a couple screens, drives the baseline, goes from one side to the other. Ripped away by McClure. Then goes out of bounds, stays with South. Winter Royalty coming up next at the half. McKelvey with the rebound, looking to break this thing down to about 6. 5 with a three-pointer. McClure with the drive, no good, and out of bounds, stays with Gardner. So what are you thinking there, Will?
Just trying to take it all in right now.
You're like a sponge. You're just soaking in all the info, are you?
Well, like I said, it's the first time I've seen the boys, so I don't really know what to expect.
Nice drive by Davian Johnson. Shot's no good. He's going to line to shoot 2.
Number 12, that is his first for the Raiders. Timeout has been called by Shawnee Mission South.
Shawnee Mission South takes a 30-second timeout. Winter Royalty coming up next. Our next broadcast for sure will be a week from tonight with audio broadcast coming from Olathe South. Crossing fingers on Tuesday with the home game against Shawnee Mission West. We'll have to see how that works out schedule-wise with work. And then taking a look ahead after that, our next broadcast after that will be back here on the 21st with Olathe East.
Substitution in
coming into town.
Close and for the Blazers, number 12, Roar. Two free throws coming for number 5, Johnson.
So Johnson has one more coming, or actually has two of them. Hadn't taken his first one yet. And he drops that one in. And he drops them both. All right, cuts it down to 4. Or check that.
6.
6, yeah. I forgot to mark the two-pointer on my sheet. Nice little backside feed, but missed them both. I'll tell you what, South is getting a lot of chippies that they're missing, and they're getting frustrated about it. McClure's going to get called with the foul.
His first team foul, number 5. 2 free throws coming for number 30, Close.
And the one guy I told you about that I was kind of anxious to see that is not in the game in street clothes is Austin Weiner. He obviously has a slight injury. So ends up missing them both. So the Blazers' inside presence not there that they're used to this year. McClure for 3, a little bit strong. One and done for the Blazers. Good defense by Dennis. Battle down inside with Close and Roar.
Foul on 22, McClure. That is his second personal. Team foul number 6 on the Blazers. Number 2, Reynolds back into the lineup.
So one more foul for the Blazers, and that's going to send South to the line for 1 and 1. Off-ball foul, and it's going to go to the Blazers.
Player control foul on number 30, Close, his first of the Raiders, now with 5 team fouls.
Nice move, just can't get it to finish in. Roar's had some nice looks tonight. Stutter step, kicks out. Baseline drive, wide open for Ike McLee. That was too easy. Lead back to 8. There goes Dennis with his speed, high off the glass and good. Comes back and returns it. His first points of the night. Lost it out of bounds to the Blazers. That's a good, great break for Gardner. And Coach Wallace only limited to go 2 deep on his bench right now with the injuries that he has. So he's going to have to do a lot of rotating to get guys some breaks. McKelvey pulls up, jumper and good. About a 10-footer. Cuts it down to 4. For 3. Easy rebound for Ethan. Rohr with the drive and good. And just like that, a 6-0 run. Gets the Blazers within 2. And Coach McFall wants a timeout. Have you seen some of the things they've got? I was going to ask Will, he just took his headset off for a second. They have some great stuff down there for the silent auction. They actually have a authenticated picture of the left-handed pass that Mahomes made against Denver. And I think it's along with the MVP with George Brett. They've got some K-State, KU, Nebraska, Alex Gordon stuff. Travis Kelce, Thornhill. They have a helmet. A lot of great stuff down there. I go down there and take a look and bid on it, but I'm up here, Will, and you're there, so we can't get our bids in on that good stuff. And I'm sorry to say, Will, there is no Oklahoma stuff down there. There's no Oklahoma stuff. So Blazers down by 2. Man hits the deck, comes back and taken away by Dennis. Dennis is going to go strong, high off the glass, and that's going to be goaltending. And it was about ready to go in. And McKelvey tipped that one just barely. But that speed by Dennis, it's a nice antidote for that Raider defense. We're going to have a double foul. No, they're going to get on McKelvey. Not sure what we're buzzing about. Now it's going to be 1-1. Another discussion. Winter royalty coming up at the half.
Double foul has been called on number 5.
Okay. Double foul, so that way it's not a free throw shooting. Just inbound the ball. Reynolds tough on the defense. A nice steal by Dennis, and that's what I'm talking about, that speed. The nice antidote, he has 4. The Blazers down by 12 at one point, have come back to tie it at 20 as they were down 18-10, or 18-6 at one point. They try to get inside. McKelvey saved it as it was going out of bounds. And they're going to get a plumbing the ball, I guess. So I guess thinking Will's headset that I had, he might have died. I thought I had it totally charged up. And stripped away by Dennis. He got a hand in there. Blazers with a chance to take their first lead since they led 5-4. Reynolds takes the baseline, kicks it out. Dennis drives, kicks back to Rohr. Spin move by Johnson. No foul called on the contact. And then thrown out of bounds. So Keyser checking in. Clock stopped at 1:10. Knocked out of bounds. Blazers still in that man-to-man. And Rohr stripped away from behind. McKelvey one-on-one has Dennis behind him. Nice behind the back pass. As Dennis almost had it up there, but they're going to have a foul on the reach.
Foul on 15, Brewer of the Raiders, his second.
Brewer's going to get called with the foul.
With 7, both teams in the bonus.
So Reggie Dennis going at the line.
Shot free throw, 2 free throws for Dennis. Shooting 2.
And he hits that one. The first lead the Blazers had since they led 5-4. Doesn't get that one to go in. Rebound by Close. Blazers staying tight on that man-to-man. They've held South to 4 points in the whole second quarter.
Team foul number 8. Shooting 1 and 1.
The Blazers right now on a 9-0 run.
Number 12, that's Johnson, number 5, back into the lineup for our
Dennis gets called with the foul. And at the line is Berg Potoff. No good. Rebound Gardner. And they get the ball to start the second half as Keyser loses the handle on it as it got ahead of him. So the double dip possibility is gone. And Coach Wallace only being able to go 2 deep on his bench, so he's got to keep a lot of rotation going. Nice job by Davian Johnson as Keyser came up to help on the double team on the trap. 6 seconds on the clock. McKelvey pump fakes. Tries getting downside to Rohr. Rohr can't get it to go in. But the Blazers at 1 point being down 18-6 come back and hold Shawnee Mission South to 4 points in the second quarter to take a 21-20 lead at the half. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will have Winter Royalty right after this on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Car buying is easier when you search, shop, and save at McCarthy. Search any of the 11 McCarthy locations. Shop new Chevys, Buicks, GMCs, Hyundais, Nissans, Toyotas, Subarus, and pre-owned vehicles. And save. Only McCarthy has an additional $2,000 trade and $1,000 down payment assistance. Plus, you keep the manufacturer rebates. It's time to search, shop, and save. Search Shop McCarthy now or come see us at any of the 11 McCarthy locations.
Introducing the all-new Price Chopper Rewards. Save every time you shop, whether you spend a little or a lot. You can use your rewards at Price Chopper and at Quick Trip. Download the Price Chopper app today to see the offers.
And now we're getting ready for the Winter Royalty. Hopefully we'll be able to catch it enough.
my back.
Planning to attend Johnson County Community College and participate in their dance team before transferring to a four-year college to finish her business degree. Her favorite moments as a Blazer include that great participation with the dance team and showing her enthusiasm from the front row at games and events, and she especially loved our football team when undefeated her junior year. The person she looks up to the most is her mom. Quote, she's always given me everything I've ever wanted or needed. She's a great single parent and is everything I strive to be as a mom one day, end quote. The best advice Kayla has received was from a dance teacher who told her to take time out of her crazy life and spend it with the people you love because you never know when they may not be there. The thing about GHS that Kayla will miss the most is being part of the bond and sisterhood of the Blazerettes. Let's hear it one more time for Nick Allen and Kayla Casey. Our next couple is Will DeBolt and Taylor Krause. Will is the son of Jared DeBolt and Susan Myers, a brother to Logan Cole Chase. Amazing. His GHS activities have included participation in link crew, natural helpers, cross country, basketball, track and field, and tennis. Next year he plans to attend the University of Kansas where he'll study electrical engineering. His favorite moment as a Blazer occurred at the Wichita cross country meet his junior year when he and the legendary Cody Hughes stayed up the entire night drinking coffee before the meet in the morning. The person Will looks up to the most is his dad because he's made him into the man he is today and taught him to always be himself and not care what others think. And the best advice he's ever received is to live life to the fullest and never take anything for granted. The thing he'll miss the most after leaving GHS is creating the random chants in the student section, that great student section. Will expects to see the cheesesteak chant live on for years to come. Mr. DeBolt. And now, Taylor Krause. Taylor is the daughter of Ginny and Brandon Krause and sister to Trey. Her GHS activities have included the Blazerettes dance team and Blue Blazers choir. Next year, Taylor plans to attend Johnson County Community College and participate on their dance team. After that, she hopes to move on to the UMKC School of Dentistry. Taylor says that her favorite moment as a Blazer was watching our boys be undefeated throughout the 2018 football season, and Taylor most looks up to her parents, and she says, quote, my parents have always been my biggest cheerleaders, and they pushed me to always give 110% in everything I do. I wouldn't be who I am today without their love and support, end quote. The best advice she's ever received was from her old dance coaches, Allie Arnold and Ashley Harper. They would always say to love fiercely even if you are scared and work hard towards every dream that sets your soul on fire. The things Taylor will miss the most about GHS after graduation are all the friends she's made these past 4 years and the sisterhood of being part of the Blazerettes. Let's hear it for Taylor. And up next we have Owen Crouch and Tatum Graham. Owen is the son of Scott and Minnie Crouch, brother to Gage. His GHS activities have included being, his words, the best looking male back in the days of cross country. After graduation, Owen plans to attend Johnson County Community College and finish off at KU. His favorite moment as a Blazer occurred at an away football game when we were louder than the home team student section. The role model he looks up to the most is Trent Cochran because he's super dedicated and one of the nicest, most genuine guys ever. The best advice Owen has ever received was, happy wife, happy life. The thing Owen will miss the most about GHS after graduation is seeing his friends and the environment of the school, Mr. Owen Crouch. And now Miss Tina Graham. She is the daughter of Jill Graham, a sister to Leighton and Kimberly. Her GHS activities have included managing football, playing softball, and volleyball. Her plans after graduation are to attend Wichita State and major in dental hygiene. Her favorite moment as a Blazer has been meeting Mr. Ludwig and always being able to laugh with him. The role model Tatum looks up to the most is her mom because she works so hard and never gives up. The best advice Tatum ever received comes from her grandpa, who always says, quote, be the best that you can be, end quote. And after graduation, the thing she'll miss the most is the amazing support that the staff has provided and all her friends that she's made while being part of the Blazer family. Let's hear it for Tatum. And now we have Mr. Jose Dillison Jr. and Claire Johns. Jose is the son of Jose Dillison Jr., brother to Rodolfo and Alexis. His GHS activities have included Student Council, National Honor Society, track and field. Next year he plans to attend Johnson County and then transfer to the University of Kansas and study dermatology. His favorite moment as a Blazer was the first day of his freshman year when he saw all his old friends and realized that they would all be together until graduation. The role model Jose looks up to the most is his mom because no matter what he does, she's always been there for him and she's never given up on him. The best advice that Jose has ever received was to be nice to everyone because you never know whose day you might make better. And the the things that he will miss most about this school after graduation are the hangouts and lunches with his best friends and having the best laughing fit most days. Let's hear it for Jose. Up next is Miss Claire Johns. Claire is the daughter of Julie and Joel Johns, sister to Paige and Tyler Johns. Her high school activities have included cheerleading in the National Technical Honor Society. Next year she plans to attend Kansas State for interior design. Her favorite memories at GDHS include every moment spent supporting our athletes, and the role model she looks up to the most is her grandma because she's so strong and caring. The best advice that Claire has received came from Mr. Leiker, who said, "If you are kind all the time and always positive, you will always have better days." End quote. Things Claire will miss the most about GHS after graduation are the friendships she's made and Miss Stewart. Let's hear it for Claire Johns. And our final couple this evening are Dayton Williams and Lauren Lundy. Dayton is the son of Jamie Williams, brother to Dawson. His GHS activities have included track, soccer, link crew, and prom committee. Next year, he's planning to participate in high jump at Fort Hays State University, where he'll continue his education. Dayton's favorite moment as a Blazer was winning state track and field last year. His role model, that Dayton looks up to the most, is his grandfather because he's always pushed me to do better than what I do. The best advice he's ever received came from Coach Webb when he told Dayton to, quote, "jump high." The thing he will miss the most about GHS after graduation is attending basketball games and leading the student section. Dayton says, "It's fun getting into the other team's heads." Let's hear it for Dayton Williams. And last but not least, Miss Lauren Lundy. Lauren is the daughter of Darlene and Mike Lundy, sister to Ray. Her high school activities have included softball, National Honor Society, and being the athletic trainer's assistant. And after graduation, Lauren plans to attend Kansas State University and major in athletic training. Her favorite moment as a Blazer was jamming out with all of her teammates in the van before and after every game. The role model Lauren looks up to the most is Donnie Jameson because he cares a lot about others, values family, and has helped her learn so much. The best advice that Lauren was ever given was to visualize what you want in your mind, work for it, and it will happen. Her dad reminds her of this often. The things Lauren will miss the most about GHS after graduation are getting to see all of her friends every day. Let's hear it for Lauren Lundy. And finally, we have some special guests this evening. Returning royalty, J.J. Briscoe, junior attendants Henry Hibbett and Merritt Beach. Let's hear it for them. As our 2018-2019 Winter Royalty team, J.J. Briscoe is currently taking a gap year, working at the courthouse and traveling. Remember, he studied abroad. And next fall, he plans to attend New York University, where he's been accepted into the Global Liberal Studies program and will pursue a career in public service. And our 2018-2019 Winter Royalty Queen, Amber Mott, is attending Bethel College and studying nursing. Unfortunately, she could not be here tonight due to playing the softball tournament in Texas. Our junior attendant is Henry Hibbett. Let's hear it for Henry. Henry is the son of Mike and Sarah Hibbett, brother to Libby. Henry is a kindergartner at Madison Elementary, and his favorite subjects are math and computers. Henry enjoys spending his free time playing with Legos. When he grows up, Henry hopes to become either a construction worker or an architect. And finally, Miss Merritt Beach. Let's hear it for Merritt. Merritt is the daughter of Dave and Melissa Beach. Merritt attends Grand Star Elementary, where she is a kindergartner. Her favorite subjects are PE and math. In her free time, she loves to participate in rock climbing, gymnastics, drawing, playing games, and also playing with her baby dolls. When she grows up, she wants to be a paleontologist. Great job, both Henry and Merritt. All right. Here's the moment you've all been waiting. It's finally here. Your 2020 GDHS Winter Royalty King and Queen are Dayton Williams and Taylor Cross. Fans, please give a round of applause to all of our outstanding candidates, as these Blazers represent many of the best qualities in all of us. Thank you, candidates. Thank you, parents. And continue to lead and inspire throughout the remainder of your senior year.
And all right, there you go, the Winter Royalty final and King and Queen and the court. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the start of the second half with the Blazers leading 21-20 We will be back in a couple minutes on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Car buying is easier when you search, shop, and save at McCarthy. Search any of the 11 McCarthy locations. Shop new Chevys, Buicks, GMCs, Hyundais, Nissans, Toyotas, Subarus, and pre-owned vehicles. And save. Only McCarthy has an additional $2,000 trade and $1,000 down payment assistance. Plus, you keep the manufacturer rebates. It's time to search, shop, and save. Search Shop McCarthy now or come see us at any of the 11 McCarthy locations.
Introducing the brand new Price Chopper Rewards. Packed with new ways to save and new ways to spend your savings. Watch your savings add up every time you shop. Whether you spend a little or a whole lot. Just check your Price Chopper app to see the offers we have for you this week. Then choose to spend them at checkout or at the pump. Download the Price Chopper app now and start saving today.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
American Computers, regardless if you need help with a desktop, laptop, network equipment, or peripherals and accessories. American Computers can get the job done. American Computers, 325 North Moonlight Road in Gardner.
Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning, proudly serving Blazer fans in Gardner and surrounding areas. Call Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning at 638-1647.
Planet Sub, where the bread is mixed, rolled, and baked fresh from scratch every morning. Oh, it's good. Planet Sub, 921 East Lincoln Lane in Gardner.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Ryan Ragland, Will McIntyre back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Will, can you hear me? No? You cannot hear me? No. I'll tell you what, that band right there is loud. But Blazers found this, as I said earlier, the Blazers found themselves down 18-6 in early portions of the first quarter, of the second quarter, and then they end up outscoring them 15-2 in the rest of the second quarter and take a 21-20 lead.
And that was basically on speed.
Yeah, Reggie Dennis, between him and McKelvey, both their speed. And as I said, about the only antidote for that defense that Shawnee Mission South was having was being able to get out in space and get that speed and be able to use that. And they made some huge. At one point, they had a 9-0 run. Actually, they're still on a 9-0 run as they were down 20-12, and they've taken 9 straight points.
And there was some should-have-beens in there by Preston Rohr.
A few should have been. Well, there's been a lot on both sides. Shawnee Mission South should have a bunch too. So it's it's pretty. I'll tell you right now, it's pretty equal.
Yes. We're only up by 1. It's just like starting a game over. You got one more half to go.
So Blazers start the second half with a 1-point lead and the ball. And I would say it's imperative that these guys start off pretty quick on a good note, because we've seen what this defense can do as they have come out of the 2-3 zone and they've started the second half with the man-to-man. Pump fake by Rohr, and he gets the roll. Nice job by Preston.
He, just comparing him to his brother, it's just like night and day.
Yeah. Preston's just a little bit more athletic, and Bryson's just a little bit more physical.
Yeah. I mean, they're both good basketball players.
Oh, yeah, and it just depends on which aspect of the game you're looking at. You'd like to have both of them on the same team, then you have the best of both worlds.
Yes.
Try to get that deep feed to Brewer, and he gets that soft little roll into the bucket. And that breaks 11-0 run by the Blazers. They try to get the ball inside to Preston. He couldn't handle it. And that's going to be a travel. Kind of hard not to travel there when you got all that momentum going with you.
I know.
Back in that press, and they're going to get the 10-second. You got to get vertical with the ball on that press. You got to have that internal clock, kind of like a quarterback, have that internal clock going off when you know you had the ball a little bit too long.
And up until then, they'd been doing pretty good with it.
Yeah. That was, and surprising, that's only their first violation.
Because it's been going on all night.
Yep. Right wing for three and good. Ponoff with the bucket. He has 8, his second three-pointer of their night. And the lead switched back over to Shawnee Mission South. Davian Johnson, baseline drive, just a little bit strong on the roll. Ethan Reynolds comes up with it, as he did a nice job getting out of traffic. McClure takes it. Boom! I told you McClure has the range, and he can shoot it, and he will. Gives the Blazers the lead back at 26-25. And he was a good 4 feet behind the three-point line.
That was NBA.
Yeah, that was close. It was out there. On the drive, the pull-up, rattles it in. Hughes. Another lead change. This is how the first part of the game started. As they're back in that 2-3 zone now. So they're kind of tipping it off. If they go 2-2-1 press, they're going to drop in that 2-3 zone. McClure for three. Good. What's the best way to break a zone?
Hit it from outside.
Hit it from outside. McClure just did that back-to-back buckets. A 29-27 lead. McClure on Eric Smith. Can't get that to go in. Kind of tried to sidestep McClure a little bit. And McClure is going to get called on the foul. That's his third. I'm sure he's going to be coming out for a little bit. You can't, his hot hand, you can't afford him to get in much foul trouble, as McKelvey will probably coming in for him as Smith makes that one. And he makes them both. gives him 7 points. Ties the score at 29. Tipped away, back to South. Smith sidesteps Preston Roar and gets the bucket. So just like that, Davian Johnson a little bit strong off the glass. Reynolds with the rebound. Dennis is going to take it for three, no good. McKelvey was skying but can't come up with it. Johnson found McKelvey underneath the bucket and he couldn't handle it. Coach Wallace having a talk with the sideline ref. Coach Wallace is so mild-mannered. Smith running the point against Johnson. Turns around, takes a shot, air ball, as it's going to be off Preston Roar. Sure, Brewer's going to be hearing that for a little bit. As Close Smith loses that one and picks it back up as South resets the offense. And a nice little pick and roll to Brewer. So a quick 4-point lead for South. Not sure where that was supposed to be going. Partially tipped though. Baseline drive. Dennis kind of altered the shot. 4-3. McKelvey pushing it up court. And loses it, but gets the contact. That's kind of, those are the tough ones. Kind of close. McKelvey might have been losing that one before he made the contact, but they gave him the call. McKelvey with the inbounds, goes in and out. And McKelvey's got that vertical leap. He can make that work. Look for South take a lot of time off the clock to make sure to get a good quality possession. A little pick and roll. He guarded that one well. Back to Close, inside against Roar. Tipped away, but Close comes back up with it and gets the bucket. And that's where they're missing Austin Weiner with his big size, as he is out with an injury. Kick back out to Dennis, over to McKelvey for three. Just a little short. And this is the difference with the bucket good for Potoff. He has 10. And just like that, an 8-0 run by Shawnee Mission South. And when you have Austin Weiner out with an injury and your hot hand McClure with 3 fouls, your inside game and outside game is suffering a little bit, as they had it tied at 29. And South is on a 10-0 run as they were down 29-27. So 1:46 to go in the third quarter. Blazers need to get something going. They started off pretty nicely. And then you had buckets by McClure, 3-pointers. And he ended up getting his third foul, as he is back in the game now. And it looks like South is going to stay in that 2-3 zone with McClure in. Nice baseline drive to McKelvey and good. As that was set up, nice assist by McClure. Blazers still in that man-to-man. Pump fakes the three. Skip pass over to Close. South will get the ball at the start of the fourth quarter, so they may be setting up for a double dip. And Eric Smith says, yeah, no, man. I'm just going to go ahead and take it now, and he has 11. Takes the lead back up to 8. McClure for three. Good! Got to have him in the game and have him hot. Cuts the lead down to 5. And you got to get someone out of McClure. He was pulling this in Spring Hill as he has 9 points, all 3 3-pointers in this quarter. Close is going to take the drive, dish it off to Brewer, leaves it up short. Goes out of bounds to the Blazers, 9.5 seconds left. See what Coach Wallace calls up.
Number 5, Johnson, and 2 Riddles. In for the Raiders of South. Number 5 returns, that's McClay, and number 10, Webb.
So Reggie Dennis and Preston Ward is going to take a breather. See what they come up with. And here comes Keyser for 3. Good! Keyser comes up huge with a 3-pointer at the buzzer, 39-37. Blazers come back within 2, take a timeout, be back with the fourth quarter in the Blazer Broadcast Network.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Planet Sub, where you can enjoy Coke products along with 2 50-foot-long Barely Pop for the big kids. Planet Sub, 921 East Lincoln Lane in Gardner.
Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed and Arbor Creek Ace Hardware. Don't forget on Wednesdays, senior citizens can get 10% off their purchase. Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed, 240 North Moonlight in Gardner.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Junior's Detail and Plasti Dip. If you're getting ready to sell your car, you know that appearance is key. So why not let Jeff get your car?
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Ryan Ragland back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Will the Thrill McIntyre controlling the camera with HD service. Brought to you by Cave So Homes Heating and Air Conditioning. Blazers at 1 point found themselves down by 8. 37-29, come back with 4, back-to-back 3-pointers to end the third quarter to cut it down to 2. And South comes back, 1 and done. That's going to foul there. That's an easy one to call. So that one's on Ike McLeavy. McClay.
Team foul number 3.
His second. Johnson with the bucket and good. He has 4. Ties the score at 39. That one goes in and out and back in. Close has 4 now. And McClure loses that one, still battling for it. Hughes comes up with it. Back out to Smith, rotates it over to Close, drives the baseline, no good. Reynolds thought he had that one by himself. And they're going to say it was contact.
Foul on number 2, Reynolds of the Blazers, his second personal team foul.
So that's going to send Close to the line.
Sims, number 30, Close to the line, shooting 2 free throws.
And leaves that one short.
Returning to the lineup for Gardner is number 12, Roar, replacing number 11, Keezer.
So Keezer and Roar checks in, or Keezer sits down. Roar comes in for him. And misses them both. Huge break for the Blazers. And McClay gets the tip in. So Blazers down by 4. McKelvey comes in and gets the roller. Cuts it down to 2. McKelvey has 6 now. And McLay with the 3-point shot, no good. McClure with the rebound. Pressing the issue. Johnson splits 2 Raiders and good. Says, here, I'll make it done. He ties the score at 43. Baseline drive, reverse layup is good. Punt off with the bucket. And a timeout called.
30-second timeout.
30-second. So this is a big game for the Blazers to come back after that 3-game losing streak that they're on, after they were 4 out of the last 6 before they fell to Lansing, Lawrence, and Shawnee Mission North. And as I said before, Shawnee Mission South has always caused problems for the Blazers, and it's always been a good game between the two. And the Blazers severely undersized. Inside of McKelvey, fights his way through. McClure, oh, I thought McClure was going to take that one. He takes the drive, and that was blocked by Close. I thought McClure was going to pull the trigger on that 3-pointer. He's had the hot hand. McKelvey with the steal, stays in bounds, and he goes, oh, misses the layup. As it went up one side and down the other, didn't get it off the board quite nice enough. Down to Close on the baseline, fighting through some Blazers, and good. Takes it back to a 4-point lead. McKelvey works off the pick, gets it back to Reynolds. Reynolds for Roar. Reverse layup is good. He has 9. Back to a 2-point lead for South. This is just literally going back and forth like two heavyweight prize fighters just taking each other's shot. 4-3 and good is pot off. Gives him 15 and pushes that lead to 5. Reynolds for 3 off a screen, no good. Potoff with the rebound, and he's going to slow it down, which is a good move. You've got the 5-point lead, you've got the momentum. Put the pressure on Gardner. Play over to Hughes. Hughes over to Potoff. Drives the baseline, a quick dish off the close. Can't get it to go in. Rohr comes up with it. Reynolds tries to force the issue. No good, but Rohr comes up with it. And he's fouled. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They are calling a jump ball. Coach Wallace is not happy about that. But the good news is the Blazers get the ball on the alternating possession. But you'd like to have that when you really need it, as Coach Wallace is going to take a timeout. And he's going to take a full. We'll take 1-2, 2:41 to go. Back in a minute on the Blazer Broadcast Network.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning. Give them a call for their $59 complete heating system inspection. Call Sean with Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning, 638-1647.
Blazers Restaurant. After every Blazer football game, Blazers will be open till 11. So after a great game, stop in and get a great burger. Blazers Restaurant, 131 North Center in Gardner.
American Computers. Never feel intimidated about going to a computer store. John and the boys are always happy to help you understand your computer better. And if something needs to be fixed, they will help you understand what's going on. American Computers, 325 North Moonlight.
These are just a few of the sponsors of the Blazer Broadcast Network.
Ryan Ragland back with you at the McCarthy Auto Group broadcast booth. Will McIntyre at the control of the camera with HD service, brought to you by Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning. Give Sean a call at 638-1647 to get your $49.99 furnace tune-up. If you are a first responder, you get $10 off on that. And if you are active or retired serviceman, you get an additional $10 off. So you can get that for $29.99 for servicemen from Capes Whole Homes Heating and Air Conditioning. Just mentioned you heard about it on the Blazer Broadcast Network. Rohr with a drive and good. That's a big bucket. Needed something positive to happen, as Rohr has 11. And South can't rest on their laurels. Only a 4-point lead. Smith with the drive has the contact. I think that might have been Dennis. Nope, that's going to be McKelvey. That's going to only be his second, so he'll be in good shape. And going up the line is going to be Eric Smith. And he hits that one. Our next broadcast for sure will be a week from today. Audio broadcast from Olathe South. We're crossing fingers we'll be able to do Tuesday as Shawnee Mission West comes into town, but timing is the big key on that one, as that one goes in and out. Dennis running the point. McClure's going to pull the trigger. That was a bit off, but he's the one you want doing it. There's a trap. As Ponoff gets it over to Brewer. Brewer with the layup and good. Nice job by Brewer getting down court. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll keep it here. Want to say a huge thanks to all the sponsors on the Blazer Broadcast Network throughout the year. And you see them down here on the bottom. And make sure you give Griffin Johns a call as you see his logo right there. Give him a call for all your commercial real estate needs in Kansas or in Missouri. Also, McCarthy Auto Group's a huge part of the Blazer Broadcast Network for years. Of course, you got Wally and Don Borth at Blazers. Best burgers in town, Planet Sub. I had Planet Sub today. I love it on the wrap. Their bread is so good. Trails West Ace Hardware and Feed. Rex and the gang there always treat you right. American Computers, the official computer store for the Blazer Broadcast Network. Capes Home Heating and Air Conditioning. Celebrities, always good food there. Gotta love the cheesesteaks. I gotta go back and get my hair trimmed up at the design company. April and Amy always do it right. And don't forget Junior's Auto Detailing. I know it says Detailing Plastic Dip. I haven't gotten the logo over, but he's changed everything to Auto Detailing. Infinite Health, a huge thanks to Dr. James Smith with my straightened back that I had a few weeks ago. In a week and a half, had me going back to full bore. McClure works off his screen back over to McKelvey. He's going to take it for three. A little bit strong. Reynolds with the rebound. Moore loses that one, but they're going to get a foul. I thought maybe he bounced that one off his foot, but it was probably because of the contact. So Smith called with the foul. That's going to be his fourth. And only the fourth team foul, so no team either way is going to be going to the line anytime soon unless it's on a shot. Dennison bounding the ball, gets it to McClure. Blazers down by 6. And they're going to get a foul. And right now, South has one more to give, so they're just trying to be aggressive and hopefully get a turnover. And that's going to be the 5th on Eric Smith, as he's going to finish with 12 points, very productive. He had 5 in the first quarter, ended up having 7 in the second half. And the Blazers only have 3 team fouls, so they can be aggressive with their defense. McKelvey with a nice bounce off of close and gets the ball back. Reynolds gets it to Dennis. Dennis with the drive, and that's a travel and a hard contact between him and Brewer, but that I'm pretty sure that was a travel, but they're going to get a foul on Brewer. So Dennis at the line shooting 2 and need every bit of the free throws they get. And he hits that one. So Davian Johnson checking back in with the fresh legs. I'm sure McClure's going to be coming back in on the offensive side. Hits them both. Big buckets. Cuts it down to 4. Blazers have fouls to give, so they can be very aggressive on their defense, but they need to make sure they don't let someone down court unguarded. Blazers just chasing right now. Stop the clock at 55.5 seconds. As Will needs to get the camera over. There we go. There we go, Will. Almost a turnover. What are we calling? We're calling the foul? Yep, we're going to call a foul on the Blazers. They'll have one more to give after this. So McKelvey guarding McClay. As Ponoff dribbled it behind his back and almost lost it, and then Reggie Dennis comes up with the foul.
Both teams with 6 fouls apiece.
And Ponoff's one of the guys they want to have the ball in their hands with the foul to go to the free throw line. Yeah, McClure's going to come back for the offensive side. McKelvey with his third. Ponoff with his first free throw. Hits that one, gives him 16 on the night. And he makes them both. Huge buckets for South. Takes the lead back up to 6, so it's 2 full possession lead for South. McClure kicks it out to Dennis. Dennis with the drive and good. And a quick foul. And that's going to be on Dennis. It's going to be his 4th.
Team foul number 8 on the Blazers. Be a 1-and-1. Again, number 12 off to the line, shooting 1-and-1. Substitution for South. That's 15. Brewer back in.
So either one of these will make it a 3-possession game, and that does right there. So right now, 5 out of 6 from the free throw line for South, but it's a 3-possession game. As McKelvey with the left-handed layup is good. So cuts it down to a 1-possession game. As Coach Wallace calls a timeout. Again, our next broadcast for sure will be Friday, the 14th, with audio coverage from Olathe South. They just have the stands on the side. They don't have the ability for us to bring a camera in and have a stand. So only able to do audio coverage. Hoping to do Tuesday with Shawnee Mission West coming into town, and that will be determined later on Tuesday afternoon if we can do it or not. And I will have a post on that as soon as I know for sure. So South with the ball and a 3-point lead. We were in this situation before with Shawnee Mission East, where they were trying to hope they got a break on some missed field goals or free throws. Dennis with the steal, gets into McKelvey, pump fakes, gets the shot up. Can't get it to go in, but he's going to line to shoot 2. And a huge steal by Dennis. And the big man Brewer has fouled out as he has 10 points on the night. Coach Wallace calls the boys over real quick. As Coach McFall for South calls Jack Webb in. Insert any dragnet joke you want to. So McKelvey, the lefty, shooting 2 free throws. Looking to cut this down to a 1-point lead, or deficit. And that one's just a bit short. Time for one more. And hits it. 2-point deficit, 7 points for McKelvey. And McLeay all by himself, and that should be intentional. They're not going to call it, but Coach McFall wants it intentional. And in my mind, that should be an intentional because that was just a flat-out push by McKelvey. And the refs are going to talk, and I would not be surprised if that's intentional. So the refs are talking, see what they call. I don't see how you don't call that intentional. They want to make sure they get this one right because this is a huge call. Because that would be 2 free throws and possession of the ball for South if they call it intentional. And I think they're going to call intentional. Yep, they are. I kind of figured they were as soon as they started pointing to the side, trying to determine where they were going to get the ball at after the free throws. So McKelvey's going to get called with the intentional foul. McLeay at the free throw line. And that one goes in and out. Student section getting into it. Misses them both. Now you know what's going to happen. It's going to be an immediate foul by the Blazers down by 2. And hoping they catch a break.
Timeout has been called by Shawnee Mission South.
Coach McCall. Is it a full? I'm not sure. They're not signaling either way. It's a full timeout. We'll go and keep it here. As I talked about, Shawnee Mission East was in the exact same situation out here with the Blazers having the lead. And they took the foul. And the Blazers ended up, I believe it was McKelvey at the free throw line and missed one of them to make it a three-point game. And with a 2-point lead, Shawnee Mission East drove it down court. And they hit a 3-pointer on the right wing to win the game at the buzzer. So the Blazers kind of hoping at least they can miss off the foul. Shawnee Mission South will miss at least one of them, if not both of them, to have a shot to either tie or win the game at the buzzer. So straight line formation for South. I look for him to do it in the backfield, on the backcourt. Finally get to McLeay, but a quick foul. And that's going to be on Reynolds. His 4th. This thing goes into overtime. McKelvey and Reynolds and Reggie Dennis are going to have to be careful because all 3 of them have 4 fouls. So that makes it a full 3-point game after they missed the last 3. Huge bucket right here from McClay. And that one goes in and out, but the rebound goes to Shawnee Mission South and somehow got around McKelvey, who has the highest vertical leap of anybody. And McKelvey's going to get called with the foul, and that's going to be his 5th. So still a 3-point game. And this happens every time Shawnee Mission South and Gardner Edgerton play each other.
Substitution, that's 5. Johnson back in the left. Shooting 2 will be number 10.
So at the line, I believe is going to be Jack Webb. And he misses that one. South has missed 5 of the last 6 free throws. And he hits that one. That's a huge dagger. With 13 seconds left, they need a quick score. Dennis taking it for 3. A little bit short. McClure comes up with it, or Damian Johnson comes up with it. He gets it in. Cuts the lead down to 2. And hold on a second. And they're not even going to stop the clock. They bailed out quick because there's plenty of time left on the clock. And they didn't get it going, and that's going to be the end of the game. Kind of anticlimactic at the end after the bucket. So 58-56, a tight game all the way. Both teams had their streaks. Blazers came back with a 1-point lead and fall by 2, as their next game will be Tuesday, right back here against Shawnee Mission West. I'll let you know pretty early in the afternoon to let you know if we're going to be able to broadcast that game or not, but we will be at Olathe South for sure a week from tonight with audio coverage. Once again, the guys fall 58-56, and the girls come up with a nice win, 33-27. For Will McIntyre, I'm Ryan Ragland. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next time right back here on the Blazer Broadcast Network.